lovelies. Welcome to my BookTube channel. This is Library Fox. My name is V, and today we're going for the end of the year book tag. I'm pretty early with this year. It's the beginning of November, but I figured if I don't do it now, I probably will never do it. And since this is a tradition, I decided to just go for it. So here we are. Doing the end of the year tag in November. Anyway, let's not dwell on this. Christmas will be up on us faster than we think. So let's just go for it. Okay, here goes nothing. The first question. Are there any books you started this year that you want or need to finish? Well, yes, I started 2 arcs and books I got as arcs. One of them is Idle Moose by Katie Salvo. It's the 3rd book in the Idle Minds series, and I just love this book series. I got the 1st book as an arc as well. I absolutely adored it. I wanted to read more. Then I got the 2nd book and now I got the 3rd book as an arc as well. And Katie Salvo is such a great author. I love them. They are great. And so nice and so sweet. I even got sent a t-shirt from Katie. From his publisher, because he asked me if I wanted fan merchandise, and that's so sweet and kind. And honestly, Katie Salvo is a great person, and Katie Salvo writes also amazing books, because this Idle Minds series is just amazing. I love it. I can't wait to read the 3rd book, Idle Moves. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to read it, so I'll just start with this one, but I'm totally going to finish it soon and before the year ends, because I need to know how Taehyun's and Jason's journey comes to an end. I'm kind of sad about this, because this is a K-pop idol romance, an MM romance at that. We have a movie star from Hollywood, and we have Taehyung, a band member of a K-pop idol group, and they kind of work together because Taehyung wants to go into acting and Jason is hired as his coach, but then they also fall for each other, and it's so sweet and wholesome. The 2nd book was extremely suspenseful as well. I love that they overcome so many obstacles that are in their way, and it's just it's such a great series. I love the 2 MCs, and this, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Jason in the 1st book, but the character arcs are written so well. No, seriously, if you haven't read this series yet, what are you waiting for? If you love MM and K-pop, this series is totally made for you. Also, it has such a K-drama vibe as well sometimes. So, read it. I definitely am going to read the last book before the year ends. And the 2nd arc I want to read and finish until the year ends is A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. And I got it as an arc as well. And I really enjoyed the 1st book. In the 1st book, we had Arwen as the main character, and Arwen is taken to another country due to her healing skills, where she meets a prisoner, and he kind of escapes, but she's still there. So, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you love fantasy and romantasy and that, this book is totally delivering. And I can't wait to read the 2nd book as well, because Arwen is a really great character, and the love interest is, well, quite sexy and mysterious as well. So Not gonna spoil anything here, but it's a great fantasy and romantasy book. And I hope the second book will be as amazing as the first one. Okay, next question, question number 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I think the only halfway autumnal book on my current reading, or my current to be read, is This Fatal Kiss by Alicia Jasinska. Yeah, I said that right. Yes, go me. And I think it has those late summer and autumn or early autumn vibes going for itself. I started to read this book as a Rainbow Wing read, and so far it totally delivers. I'm about at the halfway mark right now, and Kasich and Gisela and Alexei are just great together. I love their dynamic. Those three are pretty interesting. I really like Gisela's and Kasich's dynamic. They have this teasing going on. And Gisela is a water nymph that tries to get human again by kissing a boy. And Kasich tries to help her. Yeah, and that boy is Alexei, and Alexei seems to have his own agenda. So, yeah, he's very interested in Kasich. So, I'm very curious how this love triangle and polyamorous relationship is going to develop. But I love all the folklore myths that are woven into the story. And it's really such a rich and nice world building, and the characters are very unique as well. So I'm enjoying the hell out of this one, and I'll definitely finish it until the end of the year. And it has those autumnal vibes and late summer, hot days, cold nights kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, question number 3. Let me take a sip of my coffee first. Question number 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? And yes and no. The book I've waited for got released at the end of October, and it's Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. And yeah, I've been curious about this book for ages because it's about 2 boys named Thomas and Andrew, and Thomas has very abusive parents and returned from his home with bloodstains on his sleeve to the school they are both attending, and Andrew kind of I think Andrew is the one who tells the stories, and Thomas is the one who draws the monsters of Andrew's stories. And they are kind of drawn to each other. They've been friends for a long time, and Thomas is kind of haunted ever since he returned after his parents' disappearance. And so one day Andrew follows him into the woods and finds out that everything Thomas is drawing is coming reality, and all the monsters he drew became reality as well. So they spend their nights hunting the monsters in the woods surrounding their school, and they get closer and closer as well. So yeah, this is really great. I've been so intrigued by this book for ages, and I've waited for it to get out, and this is one I want to read this year still. And yeah, I hope I will get to it, but I'm not all too sure. I might just read it next year. It depends on how busy I will be, but considering all the last couple of months, I'm just gonna say it probably will be very busy, especially before Christmas. Anyway, next question, question number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? And I think They are not on my currently reading yet, most of them at least, but I definitely want to read Sticks and Stones, which is the second book in the Cut and Run series, and I've been dying to read about Zane and Ty for 4 years, for ages. I put it on my to-be read in November, and I'm so going to read that one. I'm going to read the hell out of that one. Already know it, and I'm sure I will love it. Then the second book I want to read is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. It's the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and after the first book I really need to know how Jax and Ever are going to continue their relationship journey slash I don't know, whatever is going on between those two. Whatever it is, I'm here for it, and I definitely want to find out what's gonna happen, and I think I will have to return this book at the end of the year, at least, to the library, so I'm definitely going to read it before I have to return it. And the third book I want to read is History is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I've been dying to read this book for ages. I put it on my to-be read in spring, I think. I still didn't manage to read it, which is a shame. And yeah, that's definitely a book I'm going to start reading before the end of the year, and I hopefully will be able to finish it as well. Okay, next one. 5. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, I don't know. Basically, every book I read has the potential to be the favorite book of the year, but I had a really great reading year so far. I read a lot of 5-star or Paul reads, so it's really hard to top that, but maybe, just maybe, there will be a book I will love and think is amazing and better than all the rest. I don't know. I'm honestly hoping that there will come a favorite at the end of the year in those last 2 months. But I guess we will see and find out. I'm definitely open for it. Okay, and last but not least, the last question. I'm gonna take another sip here. And the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? And yes, I already started my to-be read for 2025. I think there are 16 books on it at the moment. And as you all know, I always try to get to 45. So I have a lot of books to add to that list in the next 2 months. And I also plan to go for Rainbow Ween. I think it would be 4.0 this time, but I'm quite confident I can cut away the versions and just go for Rainbow Ween, because it's become a thing those last couple of years, and I love that. I just love it. So Rainbow Ween is definitely going to be a thing in 2025 as well. And also what's going to be a thing is Minuscule March, because a couple of people already asked me if I'm hosting it once again. And I love that people are asking me to host my readathon in March again. So Minuscule March is going to be a thing as well, definitely. So yeah, those 3 things are happening in 2025. And aside of that, I don't have all too many reading plans left, I think. I just want to get through 2025 with reading a little bit more than I managed to read all the other years. They've all been so busy, and I've the feeling I've read less and less those last couple of years, because I'm just so busy with work and life and everything in general. Every time I think now I will have some time to do the things I love and like, there comes another thing that keeps me busy and needs my attention. So yeah, I just hope that 2025 is going to be a quieter year and that I will get more reading done next year. Anyway, that's it with the end of the year book tag that I recorded at the beginning of November. But I honestly hope I will get it up earlier than last year, because last year I think I got it up one day before Christmas or so. So if I get this up in November, I'm good. Let's see if I'm good. Okay, let's find it out. Okay, well, and I guess that's it. I would really like to hear which books you are planning to read until the end of the year. Are there books on you're currently reading you still need to finish before the year's over? And are there books you're still waiting to be released? That would be interesting as well. So yeah, please write it down in the comments below. I'm always here to discuss books, you know that. And well, I guess there's nothing left to say. We're already at the ending of my video. So all I'm gonna say is take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!